Welcome everyone to All About Energy. Today I have an amazing guest that I met in Egypt. His name is Sharif Budakakin. Did I say it right? Please tell me I did.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's actually Sharif Philippe Budekaken, if you want the whole name.
Okay, Sharif Philippe Budakakin, right?
Yes.
Yes. Do I get a 10 out of 10?
I think nobody can actually pronounce that name correctly, even myself. It's like it's like Budekaken actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Beautiful.
It means by the church.
By the church, and you are so by the church, huh?
I have pretty much like lots of resistance to the church, like to Christianity and like the church. I moved like 3 or 4 months ago to Cologne from Frankfurt. And do you know where I am? Like where I live right now?
Right now, you're not in Cologne. You're in Frankfurt, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, I live right now like in between 3 churches. Like the Dome.
Really?
Yeah. Like the Dome, the Kölner Dome. It's like the biggest church in Germany. And I live like and 2 other churches who are like just 50 meters nearby. And like this one church, it rings like every it rings like also in the night. So it rings like at like at 1 o'clock in the night one time, and then at half o'clock one time, and at 2 o'clock 2 times, and it goes on and on and on like the whole night. And I hear it, you know. It's it's like lots of stuff to integrate. Actually, it's like pretty I get really angry with it actually. And also with the church. So that's my food I get there for now. So yeah, I think maybe it has to do with my name also, you know, like because I have to integrate some Christianity resistance in a way.
I know. It's always the breadcrumb, right? Wherever we feel the trigger, we know, okay, this is where I need to work on. Just to introduce the viewers a little bit on who you are. We met at the trip that we were at, and I guess the whole group, we all adopted you as our family. And we're like, oh my God.
We are family already.
Yeah, but you know, you just had this beautiful energy of like brother, of like, we just all wanted to adopt you. And so this is my brother, Sharif, but also you're a beautiful artist. I was so blessed to be able to listen to your music and your work. And I guess my puppy, did you hear my puppy? My puppy said, yes, we like it too. Did you hear her? She's so funny. Yeah, but really, you're a very talented artist, and you're going to be getting into some production of music as well. And of course, I know you've said this before, Germany knows how to do techno, so you guys definitely do.
Yeah, more than you guys.
Okay, after listening to a lot of German techno recently, I have to agree with you guys. It's definitely good. Definitely good. I mean, America has its share of good too, but you definitely have some good
they're
stuff.
coming, I guess, right? Like they have pretty good. Like I know, like for a couple of years ago, they said like we listened to techno, and it was like more EDM stuff. It was like, wow, they don't really have like any clue what techno is, but I think. But I think you're getting there, right? You have pretty nice.
Well, it started with you guys
like the
in Germany.
Scene is developed. What again?
It started with you guys in Germany. My dog, she's so funny. She hasn't been talking all day, and now she's talking a whole lot.
Can I see her?
She's actually gone around the corner on the other side. As soon as she comes back, I'll bring for all the viewers to see and for you to see.
Yeah.
So
do you guys? Say it again. Do you guys actually see this?
Beautiful.
Do you see this?
Wow. Yeah, it's very beautiful. The light looks very gorgeous.
Yeah.
Very nice. So where are you right
Okay.
now? On an open field?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of somewhere. I didn't actually. I'm not going like usually here, and I just found this place. Like, I don't know why, but it's just found this place today here. It's really, really. I'm going to go like.
Oh wow, you're like
often here,
disappearing in the light. Turn to the other side again and go in more. Oh my gosh, wait till you see the recording. You like disappear into the light.
I'm already ascended.
Oh, it was nice knowing you. Yeah,
And
you know,
I'm descending again.
exactly. Yeah, let's talk about that, because that's why I wanted to do this series. It's turning into a series where I'm connecting with people that we were on the trip with, and we're just kind of sharing our experience for others to kind of know what to expect when you go into the heart chakra of Egypt, and to really understand where we're at. I know you and I don't know if you follow me, but like it's been really rough the last 48 hours for me. Super intense, heart-wrenching stuff. And so when someone hears that and they live their normal everyday life and they're like, what are these people talking about?
Yeah.
What is it that they're feeling? And so I think it's important for us to talk about that and share that information. You know, first of all, let's go backwards. Let's talk about coming home and what that experience has been for you, being back home from such a beautiful trip.
Like coming home to Egypt, or you mean coming home?
Exactly. Okay, which home? Egypt or where you are now? And that's a very beautiful question, because Egypt felt like home to me too. So thank you for that. Coming back to where you are right now, out of Egypt.
Yeah, I mean, like our event was over at the 23rd, right?
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I was like still 1 week in or 1.5 weeks in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt it like already, like after 2 or 3 days, like shit is coming up. Like it was still, we were still like on a pretty like outerly stimulating road. Like we were doing lots of stuff, like being I'm gonna tell you about it maybe later, or I don't know, but we were like on the road and doing lots of stuff, and but as I felt like, okay, it's like there's lots of stuff going on inside.
Mm-hmm.
And like coming now home, like actually now, like I was at Sunday, I landed here.
Mm-hmm.
It was something else. It's like there's like a whole universe or a whole world to integrate, and you feel that in your whole body. It's like you cannot even describe it. It is pretty rough. It's I don't actually know how to describe it. It feels like, for me, it felt like you cannot even describe the feeling. You know, it's like it's in your body, but also like outside of you, and it's like you don't know how to even grasp the feeling, and it's really heavy. It's like really dense. You know, it's like, and yeah, it kind of feels like, for me, it feels like, okay, we had like such a high vibration, and we did like such a high like the initiation and the seed we planted in Egypt. It was like we want to have this vibration, like for our future, and in order to really contain this, it's necessary to be aware of the stuff that's like that gets you like how do you say, you have to be aware of the stuff, what it's not like, you know what I mean, in a way. It's like you have to
The
be
mirror, or
aware
the
of your
opposite, I
hidden.
should say. Mm-hmm.
What again?
Like the opposite, Is that what you mean? What's the
Yeah,
opposite
you
of?
have to be aware of the stuff, what is in between that, and that's all your shit, all your hidden shit, what was like suppressed for a long time, and you have to become aware of that in order to really contain these high vibrations, because these high vibrations, they are not like, oh, I'm feeling super comfy. You have to have a certain level of an emotional capacity to really contain this kind of vibration. You know what I mean, in a way.
Yeah.
So
So just to break it down a little bit, because a lot of my
yeah,
listeners are actually not familiar with energy in the sense that we're speaking of,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so they're curious and they want to know,
Mm-hmm.
what are they talking about? What
Yeah.
is this energy? Okay.
Yes.
And so for people that are like in the very three-dimensional, like seeing and believing, and in this world, for you viewers, it's that feeling, like when you go into a space and you're like, wow, this feels really good, or you go into a space and you're like, I don't feel too good. So take that energy of feeling great times a million, put 2,000 of us in one space, all feeling that. And now you have this machine of energy going, and it's just kind of doing that. When everyone's on the same vibe, the same energy. And so what starts to happen is we start to spin off. And like you said, as we stepped away from the energy, it was kind of like Egypt for me this time, took a little crack at my stuff, and it all came out of like old, like I'm saying, things that I've ignored for my entire life, as long as I can
Or
remember.
maybe for forever.
Forever, like old stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like same for me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So for anybody that's done plant medicine, because I do interviews with people that have done plant medicine, it's kind of the same thing. I don't know if you've experienced plant medicine, but like when you do plant medicine, it goes in, it's intuitive, and it makes you work on your stuff. It's that times 10, I feel, because I've done ayahuasca journeys, and I feel that the intensity that I'm going through is that. And it's a roller coaster right now. I've talked to friends that did Egypt 3 years ago with another group, and some were out of commission for 6 months, 3 months, just working on their stuff. And so like when people say, well, what stuff? See, that's the magical thing, is that some people figure it out in their 60s, in their 20s, or their 30s, whatever it is. There's no age, but when you figure that stuff out, and you have a place where you can expand, like we did in Egypt. Okay. And so now there's got to be some give, like there's some things that are not aligned with where we were headed. And so those things come up to light and need attention, for me at least. How about you?
Yeah, the same. It was like like we were preparing for this, for sure. I don't know how long you were in this preparation, because this preparation went like for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just got to know like Matthias and all this Yosoi work like 2 months ago or 3 months ago. So I didn't actually know what the hell they were doing, like, and what the task was, but I just felt it in the heart that I needed to go there. Like it was like pure intuition, that I would regret it for the rest of my life if I'm not going there. I didn't even know why I felt that. It was just like this heart feeling, complete intuition. But it doesn't. I wanted to explain.
That you didn't know. Well, I will tell you the 2
wait
years.
a second. Wait a second.
Mhm.
Yeah, wait a second.
Mhm.
Or talk. Sorry.
No, it's fine. That's okay. Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. We were working on our coherence, you know, like to really be in coherence with our action, thinking, and feeling, you know, like I feel this, I think this, I think it in a like in a coherent way, and I take action I take action in a coherent way. And this takes like a lot of emotional balance, because we are like all the time saying yes when we mean no, and saying like yeah give, oh no yeah take, but we mean like no give, like in a way, you know, it's like we are not coherent in our and this takes like a lot of growth in your emotional body, I would say. And so we were preparing for that. Like I was with the presence process. It was like the most real journey, the most, do you say realist, the realist,
The most
no,
real journey.
the most real journey, um for really emotional growth and integration and yeah, being coherent. So it was like for me perfectly, because you guys were doing it like for 2 years with like
Mhm.
all this Matthias stuff, and I was doing it on my own, because I think in a way I think I was preparing myself for this. Like I didn't even know like in the 3D world, but my heart knew, so I had to prepare myself for that. um but it was like, okay, preparing, but it's like not that you're perfect when you get there, you know. It's like you still have your fucking issues with you, like your hidden stuff. And like this was like for me like a real, like this these Egypt 4 days, like when we were together, this was like a catalyst. Like, okay, to hear it's like, okay, you did good, but now you're getting like like there's no going back, and it's like it's like another gear now, because yeah, there was like put so much light on everything, that we now are like we did an initiation for something new, and it takes like now lots of courage and growth, and really like a like heartfelt behavior, and not to get dragged like into many stories, and it's really important now to stay in the energy center and in your heart, and integrate all that in your heart. That's what I feel, by the way.
Yeah,
um yeah.
that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I think it's really important. And yeah, it did exactly what you said. It shined a light on some things that we needed to work on. And I think that's the part where we're all on, but I find it so important for us to share our experiences, because it's important. There's a lot of people right now that are experiencing this. There's 2,000 of us that were there that are probably like face down in the mud, like some of us going, what is happening and why do I feel this way? Well, it's
Yeah.
important, like you said, to get into coherence. And some of us have had 2 years to kind of prepare for the trip. And like with me, I didn't, because I didn't, long story short, I ended up booking much later. And I was following some of the videos, but the my life was just showing me like patterns that I was having, and then I would work on the patterns. And like, let's say I had a bad temper, work on that, or whatever it is. And so you do all this work and you're like, wow, okay, I've done so much work in the last 2 years, because not because I was following along with the videos, but because, like you said, even that you got into the group 2 months in, before the trip, but your body was already preparing for this. You already were working on your life lessons prior to, and through the expansion that we were going to experience. And so the most important part for me now is that integration. It's difficult. You know, you just sometimes want to like cry or scream. I haven't gotten to the screaming yet.
I do it actually. You know what I do? Like a friend of mine, she was like, if you're like uncomfortable, it's like if it's like people are around, it's not like resolution. It's like just for a quick release to have some air. It's like do like this.
That was beautiful. I like that. In fact, I saw you do that in Egypt after our pyramid.
No, I did this I did like without the hand. It wasn't even controlled. It was like I had to scream. I just had to scream. It was like, yeah.
No, that was good. Maybe one day I'll do a good scream. I don't even know if my voice.
You have to. It's getting, you know, like resolution of your anger feelings or something like that, but it's like a really good first step. It's like there's a difference between like emotional release and emotional resolution. The release stuff, it's like talking about it and screaming and like pillow whatever, you know. And the resolution actually takes part like in yourself. It's like more you just feel it unconditionally, as long as it wants to stay, and it moves in your body, and then like tears come out and stuff, you know. But it's not always like that. It's like an art form. It's not like, okay, I'm always like feeling unconditionally. It's like sometimes you're just like, fucking hell, I can't take this anymore. And so you need also like release stuff to be able to to be able to get hold of it in a way, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's like too much for your system. So release, and then you can slowly like feel it.
Okay, I think we felt that too. Okay, no, that's really great. Thank you for that. That's why I love these conversations, because there's so many nuggets, so much information that can be shared and can help someone that's probably going through something in their life that they're just struggling with. And this channel is about saying like, hey, we're like all struggling, you know, for some time to time. And it helps that I have a beautiful soul family like you guys, where I can just pick up the phone or message and say like, what the heck's happening? And then my friends are like, oh, I'm actually on the same lesson. And then when we see those similarities, there's just some kind of feeling of like, oh, I'm not alone. And that's why I think it's important to have this channel for people to see like, oh yeah, these people here are actually going through something similar. We're this big soul family on the planet, right? So now what happens, you know, I've gone through retreats or group events like this, and integration can be really tough. I have to say, out of anything that I've experienced, this is probably the most intense one for me. Okay. Because it's having me look at really old stuff from childhood. And it's making me look at probably 10 things at the same time. It's not pretty like it was 2 years prior, where it was like, okay, for the next week, we're going to work on this issue that you have. And then we'll work on this issue. And then you get exhausted. You're like, can I get a break? Right now, it's like all 10 of them are open and you're looking at all 10. Okay. And you're like, what do? You know, it's like, okay, you breathe. All right. Because now we're in overwhelmed. And it's like, we have to get into our basic rescue mission here of like, okay, I'm overwhelmed. Now, what do I need to do? I need to breathe. I need to stay still. I need to not react. I need to observe. And I need to understand what is happening before I start going into every lesson that just opened up all 10. Like Egypt just went click and then boom, it just all opened up. And so now it's just, at least I am just sitting there, right there. And I'm looking at all of them going, holy what? I have been doing this. And
Yeah.
this has not been very productive for me. And my body wants to be correcting this issue. And
Yeah.
it's time, your entire life, this has been happening. And it's a pattern that's saying, it's done. We're finishing this. And so to reverse engineer and to go back to the source of it, which could be when you were 1, 2, 3, 4, and to go back to that moment of going, all right, I could see where this happened, and to go back and just like do that with every lesson. I think that's where I'm at right now. How about you?
I would say I am right now. It's like I can't like even, I cannot even think. You know what I mean? It's like thinking and trying to understand is like, right, it's not the time for that right now for me, because it's too, it's not, there's like there's no point in that for me right now there, because I get nowhere and I get stuck even more. The best thing I can do right now is just to stay in my body and to really be like, to honor this stuff right now, what's happening to me, you know, to try to not resist this, and yeah, like to honor everything what I'm experiencing right now, and like every step and every breath I took is like, it brought me here. And yeah, I never felt those kind of feelings before, so I don't know, how to end, how, what they are, you know, what they want to tell me. And so I just let go of like any understanding, and I try just to relax myself into it, and to get to let me be like carried by it. And
Beautiful.
you know what I mean?
Yesterday, you shared something so beautiful when I was spiraling out of control. We spoke yesterday, the day before, actually. Yeah, day
I think
before.
the day before, yeah.
Yeah, the day before, when it was like at the peak, when I was like dealing with some crap, and you're like, no. You said, be with it. Be with that emotion. Don't try to cut it off. Don't try to hide it. Don't try to put it away. It's there, and like be friends with it and try to figure out why it's there. And I thought, that is probably the most beautiful advice, because when there's things about ourselves that we're like, yeah, that's not very good or productive or whatever, that we don't understand, that is probably not the best thing in our opinion. We want to cut it off, be done with it, tuck it away. And your advice was just perfect. It was, no, sit with it. Learn to sit with it, learn to feel it, and learn to understand it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I have to, I'm pretty sure I didn't say the last thing, like understanding happens afterwards.
Yes.
It's not like, because you don't even know why you are experiencing this. Like, your head gets all the time in the way, for me as well. Like, your head gets all the time in the way and tries to understand this first, like what you're experiencing, and so it's like a little bit of a distortion of
Yeah,
what
you
you're
did
really
say
feeling.
feel it. You're right. You
Just
did say
feel it.
feel it. You
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Just feel it unconditionally, and the insight you get, the learning you get from it comes afterwards. Like after, when there's like peace again, because there will always be peace afterwards, always. Um, then you get like the inside of it, or not, or it's just like gone. It's just like okay, but like trying, and I get with this also, it's for me also really hard, because I want to mentally like understand why is this happening, why, and blah blah blah. But this actually gets me nowhere. It's like there's no movement, like no authentic movement in that. It's just
The mind.
um
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. And the understanding comes afterwards, and we need to learn to use this one, like to use our mental body like correctly, because it's more like a navigation system rather than like to analyze stuff. It's like more okay, I want to move myself to this now, and I'm planting a seed in my head with imagination and stuff, and the fuel for that is my emotion. Like all this talk also, like we learned it like in our pyramid, like Gabriel was talking to us, and Melchizedek, right?
Mm-hmm.
he said
Yes.
like he said like your words are distorted, and use the words wisely. And can you am I still there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have like 10%.
Okay.
It's,
Okay.
but it's a,
That's fine.
yeah, it's so he
Well,
said,
use your words wisely, and you something like you talk too much or something like
yeah,
that.
it's like how I understood it is like our words, like they are
Mm.
really they are empty,
Mm-hmm.
like with no meaning behind it, because we just talk to talk, and there's just like it's just like gibberish, or I don't know how you say that. And we need to and we need to and we need to I think we need to really learn how to speak with meaning again, and to use our words as creation. You know, like our words don't create anymore because they're empty, they're with no meaning. And we need so in order to do this, it's like really important to learn how to feel again first, because you need to feel what you are saying. And we are so numb that we cannot even feel what we are saying. Otherwise, if we feel what we are saying, we would like probably puke the whole time, because it's like, what the fuck am I saying there? If we really could feel it, you know what I mean? So I think that was like our message, that we like get into our bodies again, like learn how to feel it, learn how to feel our stuff. Um, that's like also uncomfortable, and like grow like grow our emotional capacity, and in order, and then we are like more sensitive, and then we can use our words again, like wisely, and with meaning, and then we can also like create with our words again. And I think that was like for me the biggest lesson I had from that.
Yes, that's beautiful. Thank you so much to share that with everyone that's going to be watching this, because really important to what you said was feel again. And when they were speaking in the pyramid and saying words are just useless, like you said, it's like gibberish. And I think it's so important that we acknowledge that with our inner dialogue before we
Yeah,
start even going outside. What are we saying to ourselves right now? What are the inner dialogues that we're having inside? Do we even know the capacity of what we're saying, and these micro thoughts that are being created? Do we even realize that what what that inner dialogue is doing or not doing. And so when we really look at that, and that's what I think, thank you for bringing that up and reminding me of what we experienced there and what was that lesson, because that's a lot of the stuff that I'm looking at right now. I'm like, what is this? And it's all a reflection of something inside of me and what I'm feeling, what I'm experiencing, or what I have been experiencing. And that inner dialogue is ready to be looked at. And we always think like, oh, be positive or talk nicely to yourself or love yourself. It's far more than just that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need to be honest with ourselves,
Right.
and that's really uncomfortable. But it is the only way to really grow authentically and not to bullshit ourselves, because I think there's it's not the time to bullshit anymore. You know, it's like we have to be, now's the time to be real, and it will hurt, but the reward is like you cannot even imagine your rewards, what you get from it, you know. So it has both sides. So it's really it is really worth it. And also I think Melchizedek, or I don't know, Gabriel, who said it's like it's right now is not a time not to be who you truly are. So these words were like they were like they was powerful for me. Even when I say that, it's like it really moves stuff in myself. So yeah, I think this is also, I have 2% now.
Yeah, I see it getting dark. So I was gonna say, I really enjoyed our conversation, and I'd love to have you back on in the future sometime with this series that I'm doing of just, you know, the process after being in that beautiful space with all these beautiful souls like yourself. And it's been nice connecting with your soul and having this discussion. I know we've had some beautiful, amazing talk nuggets shared right now. And so I'm hoping people will enjoy it. And we're speaking from the heart. So
yes, speaking from the heart. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Sharif. It was so amazing.
1%. See this? See this?
Oh, that's our finishing scene. There you go.
Yes.
I love it. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.
You too.